Okay, so before actually getting to it, I'm going to need you to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on all notifications, subscribe to my other channel, support me on Patreon, check out my merch shop and buy a t-shirt for the entire family, share this video on every single social media platform you're on, and then sign up to all the ones you're not on and share it there too. Then call, don't just text, actually call all your friends and keep calling them till they answer and tell them all about this video, and don't hang up till you've convinced them to tell everyone they know about it as well. And then when you're finally done with that, you can, I don't know, maybe canvass your neighborhood with some flyers about my channel and this video. And I don't know, if you see anyone while you're out there doing that, you could always try to Jedi mind trick them into watching this video and having them subscribe to my channel as well. And then when you're done with all that, don't forget to watch some of my other videos, including these ones that will absolutely blow your fucking mind and completely change your perception of Star Wars forever. And now let me take the next 5 minutes to tell you about this video's sponsor, The Legend of Shadow Raiders, a game that is so amazing and fun to play that the only thing that will determine how good you are and whether you win or not is
how big your pocketbook is.
Okay, let's now get a bit more serious, which starts with me admitting that no, I'm not really going to explain everything in Star Wars to you. I know you're shocked and disappointed, but in all honesty, I've never really been a big fan of using the word explained in video titles and thumbnails, or doing videos where I do nothing but explain things to you, though, yeah, I've certainly had videos where I do just that. And that's partly because, well, I like to think of most of my videos as discussions, not lectures. One where I start with my opening statement, which is the video itself, and then you all get your rebuttal in the comments below, which I then get to read and respond to, or respond to as many as I can. And partly I don't like using the word explained because I do find it a bit, maybe kind of condescending to assume you need things explained to you in the first place, which isn't to start a war with anyone who uses that word frequently in video titles, or to say there aren't people, and clearly a lot of people by the success of some of those videos, who don't want to just have things in Star Wars explained to them. I don't really have a problem with those videos or the use of the word, and I've admitted before that, yeah, I'm someone who, for the fun of it, likes to learn details about the galaxy, and there are others who just want to learn more about Star Wars in order to garner more and more knowledge about it. But as the greatest character in the history of Star Wars once said,
I should think that you Jedi would have more respect for the difference between knowledge and wisdom.
In other words, there's a difference between knowing something and understanding it, being able to actually demonstrate something over just explaining it. And so I oftentimes, though not always, try to create videos that help people come to a better understanding of Star Wars. Not because I understand everything about it myself, but because I don't, because much to learn I still have as well. Which is another reason why I don't use the word explained in video titles. I do not consider myself an absolute authority on Star Wars. Yes, I know a lot about it. I've watched all the movies numerous times. I've watched all the episodes of every show numerous times. I've read damn near all the books and comics. I've spent countless hours of my life consuming Star Wars content. But what's helped me to come to a better understanding of it, more so than anything else, more so than quietly pondering it, is listening to and talking with others about it. And look, I don't want to go too deep here or ramble on too long. This was originally going to be a fun, very silly video for April Fool's Day where I made up all sorts of random facts about Star Wars that were clearly kind of utterly ridiculous, that I then presented in my overly serious, monotone Thor Skywalker voice. There was also this idea to make a video where I announced my channel would no longer be talking about Star Wars in favor of covering McDonald's character lore. And there's more lore out there than you might think, which we discovered during a chat on my Discord server one night, which is where the idea for doing that as an April Fool's joke originally came from. Anyway, that was the plan till last Sunday when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars, and as a result of that, of one man slapping another on live TV, virtually everyone on the internet, YouTube channels that don't usually even cover anything remotely associated to entertainment, everyone wanted to give their hot take on it, their hot take on one man slapping another, as if what Chris Rock had said that night after it happened, as if it truly was the greatest night in the history of television. And yeah, there is an important discussion to be had around it, no doubt. I mean, as a Jedi might basically say, attack should always be an absolute last resort, not your first instinct when you or your wife is insulted by a joke of all things, even if it unintentionally hits a pretty serious nerve. Which is my probably not so hot take on the whole thing, even though someone will no doubt take to the comments and say, hey Thor, you're missing the real story here. Which then brings me back to my point, if I even make one in this video, that everyone wants to explain something to you, yet they have little or no interest in actually listening to you unless you agree with them or are saying what they want to hear. They have no interest in just respecting that your opinion doesn't align with their own. They have this belief stuck in their head that they're fighting the good fight, especially celebrities who get lots of positive reinforcement from their fans, that the world would be a better place if everyone would just see things their way, instead of them realizing that if I could be more understanding of others who don't agree with me, the world would also be a better place. And yeah, there are those out there with horrible beliefs that shouldn't be tolerated, don't get me wrong. But it gets harder and harder to identify them when you label anyone who doesn't agree with everything you say as something horrible, as an enemy that wants to destroy you and your way of life, if they are not stopped from not agreeing with absolutely everything you want them to, not fully accepting every choice you want to make. When in reality, I think most people, if we're being completely honest here, they just want to go about their life in relative peace and quiet, and they don't care what you do, what you believe, as long as whatever it is doesn't interfere with them too much. They don't want things kind of shoved down their throat and told that they have to accept it or else. Apathy is not objection. It's kind of the key to getting along. Me not caring about every little thing you want to do and you not caring about every little thing I want to do tends to lead to a happy society. Not approving of something is not the same as hating it, nor is disagreeing with you automatically an attempt to silence you or say everything you believe is wrong. And yeah, I know, we all want to feel important and accepted. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with wanting to find love in those closest to you. But one should be cautious that the pursuit of acceptance by the few that matter to you never becomes the all-consuming desire for attention and adoration from the many who don't matter to you. Problem is, there are few things more gratifying or addicting than feeling more important than other people, and few things more devastating than the eventual and inevitable realization that you are not, and thus few things more desperate, shameful, and selfish than trying to keep yourself upon a pedestal by looking down upon, condemning, and or demanding change in others that you deem wrong or lesser than you, even though we should all strive not to be obstacles for others in the pursuit of happiness, even if our definitions of happiness are different. Because if I could give one piece of advice, and don't ask how this started out as an April Fool's joke and became whatever this is, but if I could give one piece of advice, if I could explain something to you for a moment, it would be to start having discussions with people and stop trying to win arguments. Try listening a little bit more and talking a little less, and you might come to an understanding of others and realize that you're not their enemy and they are not your enemy, and you might just end up with a little bit more wisdom and a little less self-serving knowledge. Well, that's all I've got for you this time. Again, I'm not really sure how this video turned out this way, but hopefully you got something out of it and you'll now take to the comments below and tell me what you think. And then of course, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and okay, I'm not going to do all that again. But if you want to do them, if you want to do all those things, I do appreciate it. I really do. But my goal here has always been and always will be to talk some Star Wars and talk some other things from time to time like ended up happening here. As well as, like I was talking about in a video not long ago, I do want to focus more on creative content. But for now, thank you for watching, and thank you for all the great discussions you have given me over the years.